Cyclostomata. These are very interesting and the linking animals in between the protochordata and the vertebrata. Some of the animals, only this is actually small group of animals, the cyclostomata, but some of the animals in the cyclostomata are having the vertebral column and some are having the vertebral column with rudimentary position. That's why these are very interesting and important animals in the evolutionary, to observe the evolutionary development. The scientists and scholars were struggled lot of years and they were researched and proposed some hypotheses and theories to connect the protochordates with the vertebrates. First we will see what are the general characters and special characters and what are their affinities connect with the protochordates and the affinities with the vertebrates. We will see evolutionary development, phylogenetic tree and cladogenetic relationship also we will discuss in this. Cyclostomata, cyclo means round, stoma means mouth. Here the mouth is round in shape, that's why those are called as the cyclostomes. These are actually craniata. The particular skull is present in this animal. These are craniata, but these are anathans. These do not have any jaw in their mouth. These are called anatha. Gnathostomes are next. Fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals are gnathostomes. But these are anatha. General characters, if you will see, habitat, they are exclusively marine animals. They can live in the marine water or salt water only. But sometimes they can migrate, fish migration. They can migrate to the fresh water into the rivers for spanning purpose, breeding purpose. After spanning or breeding, they can come back to the oceans. That is called the catandromous migration. Coming into the rivers is called the anadromous migration, and getting back to their original place called the marine water is called the catandromous migration. This anadromous migration is commonly seen in the cyclostomes. So body shape and skin. Body shape, the mouth is round in shape. They are having some gills on their body and fins are present, but these fins are not paired format. However, they are used for the locomotion. Those are not in paired. Some sense organs also we are observing here. Here, these cyclostomes are actually chordates. They show the 5 important chordate character: notochord, nerve cord, pharyngeal gill slits and endostyle for the capturing of food material and post-anal tail. These 5 common characters are also present in the cyclostomata to call them as the chordates. Appendages and the skeletal system. The fins are present in them. The fins support the cartilaginous. These cartilaginous structures can support the fins. Endoskeleton is made up of cartilage. Actually there are no particular bones in those organisms, but the notochord persists throughout their lifetime, and the vertebrae also, the bony structures called the vertebrae are also present, but they are rudimentary or sometimes it is absent. In the cyclostomata, the rudimentary vertebrae are present, but whereas in the hagfishes, those are completely absent. Now we will discuss about them in the affinities. Nutrition, they are parasitic nutrition or scavengers. Here, this is petromyzon or lampreys. This is a hagfish or myxine. In this petromyzon, the mouth is very round and teeth are located inside the mouth buccal cavity. These are actually parasites or ectoparasites. They can attach to the other animals, fishes or other animals. They can make injury on it. They can suck the blood or any other body fluids from that animal. That's why it is calling as the ectoparasite. Just like a leech, this is called the ectoparasite. This is called parasitic nutrition. But whereas in the hagfishes are not parasite, but they are scavengers. They can take the decomposing material. Some nutrients are also present in the decomposing material. They can absorb the decomposing juice that material from through its mouth. That is called the scavengers. Mouth and digestive system. Mouth is circular and suctorial but jawless. There is no jaw in the mouth. But teeth or horny teeth are present to make the injury, especially in the lampreys. They do not have a stomach, and esophagus leads directly into the small intestine because there is no need of stomach and other organs, because those are parasites, already digested food. The body fluids are containing already digested food material. The digested food material can undergo a very few digestion processes. That's why there is no stomach and other organs. Directly it can enter into the small intestine. Respiration, the bronchial respiration, guilt respiration is started. That is a wonder. And the circulatory system is a closed type of circulatory system that is a resembling character of vertebrates. In all the vertebrates, the closed type of circulatory system is present. The blood can flow in the blood vessels only. But in the protochordates, the open type of circulatory system. In the non-chordates, most of the animals are open type of circulatory system containing animals. But now cyclostomata onwards, all the vertebrates can follow the closed type of circulatory system. The blood can flow in the blood vessels only. Two-chambered heart, this is fish character. Two-chambered heart is present in the cyclostomata also. Single circuit circulatory system. Now the circulation is started. In the vertebrate, the circulation we will discuss single circuit circulation and double circuit circulation. Only the fishes are having the single circuit circulation that is taking place in between the gills and the body parts. Cyclostomata also we observed the single circuit circulation. This is just like the character which is present in the fishes. Excretion, mesonephric kidney. In our body, vertebrates are containing the in our body we have the metanephric kidney, but the surprising thing is we too have the mesonephric kidney during our embryonic development, but it is replaced by the metanephric kidney when we attain the adult stage. Nervous system, the brain is primitive and they typically have the only 10 pairs of cranial nerves are present in them. These 10 pairs of cranial nerves are present in the cyclostomata, next in the fishes, also amphibians, and in the reptiles also. But when we reach to the birds and mammals, the cranial nerves became 12 pairs. The sense organs, all the sense organs, eyes-like structures are developing, but in the hagfishes, the eyes are vestigial, but whereas in the lampreys these are well developed. Once again you can see here, these eyes are developed, but these are rudimentary. Eyes are rudimentary in these organisms because these are ectoparasites. They have to identify their host animal perfectly. They have to identify the host animal. That's why well developed sense organs called the eyes are developed in the lampreys or petromyzon. But whereas in the hagfishes, that can identify its decomposing material with the help of olfactory sense. Smell is enough. So that's why these eyes are not developed in these organisms. And another important thing in this cyclostomata is the lateral line system. We will discuss about the lateral line system in the fishes because that is very, very important, which can connect with the central nervous system, that can identify the any enemy or any other changes in the surrounding environment with very easily. Those lateral line system is present in both sides, either side of the body, that can identify any changes in the or any disturbances, any enemy in the surroundings very easily with this lateral line system. This is also present in the cyclostomata, also found in the fishes. Reproduction, sexes are separate, unisexual animal, secondary sexual characters are clearly seen, but some of them are hagfishes, especially the hagfishes are hermaphrodites. Although they are hermaphrodites, the cross fertilization is taking place, that because these are well developed animals, cyclostomes, they are very near to the vertebrates, well developed animals. If they follow the self fertilization, there would be no evolution of vertebrates. Before the vertebrates, first the cyclostomes were evolved on this earth. Due to the sexual reproduction, due to the cross fertilization, next vertebrates were evolved on this earth. That's why these organisms, cyclostomes, petromyzon and hagfishes, in the petromyzon, however, that is unisexual organisms, cross fertilization is taking place automatically. But whereas in the hagfishes, those are hermaphrodites, but they follow the cross fertilization, exchange the genetic material by the transferring of sperm cells. That is very important thing. This point is cross fertilization, although they are belongs to the hermaphroditic. The evolutionary status of cyclostomes is clade. What is clade? In the phylogenetic tree, we can observe many branches in the phylogenetic tree. But whereas in the clade, we can see the different organs evolved serially in a cladogenetic tree. That is, we will see. This is about the origin or evolution of cyclostomes. Here, two theories are there: vertebrate hypothesis and the cyclostomes hypothesis. The cyclostome hypothesis now mostly accepted, but previous one is a vertebrate hypothesis. In this vertebrate hypothesis, the beginning animals are actually hawkfishes, myxine. They do not have any vertebral column in their body. But later, from these hawkfishes, lampreys or petromyzons were evolved on this earth. The petromyzon or lampreys are possessing some vertebral column in their body. So, these petromyzon are very close to the vertebrates because they are possessing some vertebral column in their body. But beginning animals, the cyclostomata hawkfishes, do not contain any vertebral column in their body. This is indicating that the vertebrate hypothesis is indicating that first the hawkfishes or the myxine were evolved on this earth. Later, from this myxine and the hawkfishes, lampreys or petromyzons were evolved on this earth. From those lampreys or petromyzon, next vertebrate-like animals were evolved on this earth. They tried to explain about this, but here there was a small mistake in this. The beginning myxine were not having any vertebral column in their body, but these are all are vertebrates. Myxine and petromyzon are vertebrates. They too have vertebral column in their body, but the vertebrate hypothesis is telling that the myxine do not contain any vertebral column in their body. It is clearly saying that. But only the petromyzon is having vertebral column in its body. Then how can this vertebrate hypothesis is satisfying the vertebrate? This is put aside, this hypothesis. But the cyclostomes, the latest research was indicating that this hypothesis, cyclostome hypothesis, not only the morphological or anatomical characters, including the molecular and genetic characters are also studied in the cyclostomata, in petromyzon and the myxine, that is lampreys and hagfishes. These two belongs to the monophyletic group, that is clade. They were evolved on the same line. Like that, in these are called the sister groups. Then what happened? This theory is indicating that the hagfishes were the first animals. Okay, however, this theory also told that this vertebrate theory hypothesis also told the same. Hagfishes are the first, lampreys are the second. This cyclostome theory also telling that first the hagfishes were evolved on the earth. Later, the lampreys or petromyzon were on this evolved on this earth. But the hagfishes are the myxine to have vertebral column in their body at their beginning, either at the stage of larval development or at some stage in the life cycle. But later, those were lost all the vertebral column like structures, bony structures. That is called secondary lost. Primarily, they too have had vertebral column in their body, but later they were lost. Either the vertebral column present in the myxine at their embryonic development, or it may be at some stage in the life cycle. But however, at the adult stage, it lost its vertebral column from its body. That is not primary lost, that is secondary lost. But here it is saying that whether the vertebral column is present at this embryonic stage or any other life cycle or the adult stage is not the matter. Whether it is present in the body at some stage or not is important. If it is present at the embryonic development, okay, no problem. At any stage of the life cycle, it should be present in the body. But secondary lost is not perfect. Okay. This is later the petromyzans were evolved on this earth. The petromyzan is having vertebral column in its body. Those are very close to the next vertebrates. So these are the two hypotheses. Affinities of cyclostomes we will discuss. These cyclostomata. Once we will see the phylogenetic tree. Here is the beautiful phylogenetic tree. First, the urochordates were evolved from the hemichordate and the hemichordates echinoderms. But later the cephalochordates were evolved. This is clade. This is called a clade. Same line. This is called the same line or clade. Cladogenetic tree. If you will separate this urochordate and cephalochordate, that will become a cladogenetic tree. Later, the cyclostomata were evolved on this earth. In the cyclostomata, myxinidea and petromyzanidea. These are actually sister groups. These are primitive animals. These are the animals which were evolved from the myxinidea. Later, what happened? The gnathostomes were evolved. Those gnathostomes are fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals were evolved on this earth. This is a beautiful research was there on the vertebrates evolution. To prove this vertebrate evolution, there are molecular, genetical, and serological, morphological, anatomical. There are half a dozen evidences are there. Not hundreds of evidences can prove the evolution of vertebrates on this earth. But the most of the research is on the vertebrates. Cyclostomes are affinities of cyclostomes. These cyclostomes are connected animals are connected links in between the protochordata and vertebrata. These are the characters. Once we have to revise it for the recapitulation with cephalochordata, cyclostomes with cephalochordata. Notochord throughout the life, absence of just simple circulatory system and the larval stage. So the cephalochordata is having these characters and also found in the cyclostomata. Urochordata, does the cyclostomata have any affinities with the urochordata? These larva of the tadpole larva of the urochordata is resembling some characters of the cyclostomata, the presence of 4 or 5 characters, chordate characters in them. And the ostracodermy fishes, actually these are extinct fishes, jawless fishes. The absence of jaws and paired fins, cartilaginous skeleton in the ostracodermy fishes are also present in the cyclostomes. That's why the cyclostomes are closely connected with the extinct ostracoderms. Gnathostomes, other gnathostomes, jawed vertebrates, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Especially the fishes. Closed type of circulatory system also present in all other vertebrates, including this cyclostomata. Two-chambered heart is present in all fishes, including these cyclostomes. Kidneys are present in all the fishes and also in this. Paired sense organs are present, eyes or any other organs present in the fishes, also found in the cyclostomes. These cyclostomes are very important, amazing animals in the evolution of chordates.